will give us a short, a brief on what transpired, because you are the only witness in the court. You are the only witness in the court that we know. You were standing there.
You don't get a video.
I don't get a video. You were standing there and people were bashing me. Instead of bashing you, they fear. So they bash me, say, why? I know they talk to Obi. Obi, they stand there with the woman. And Obi don't do nothing. So Obi will tell us his side of the story as well. But yeah, I think we should start from there directly before we zoom into the awards. So Obi, over the weekend, what transpired? Just summarize what happened, what you saw to us.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, let me congratulate all Manchester United fans for making this evening a very superb evening. I'm excited. I'm delighted. I am elated that I'm part of this great team, this great family. I'm not. I can't hear him. Don't worry. Don't worry. Right. I'm okay. I can't hear him.
Okay.
So, and also to your listeners, well, Frankie, let me say that this is not new to us on that platform. Just that we were taken by surprise on a certain level. For me, I think it was a very great event. We had our veterans coming to grace the occasion.
I had a host of them. A host of them.
Beautifully. Wow. Never seen them in so much power and fragrance when it comes to worship. Diana Hobson, Hannah Marfo, Helena Rabbles. Cindy Thompson was off the hook. I tell you, it was an awesome time. Hannah Marfo, all of them did splendid. They all did well. And even the new guys, Gabi Akwe, I don't know whether you were able to catch on him. My goodness. My goodness. What a gift to the body of Christ. It was just a beautiful program. And for me, I know you want to hear about Joyce Blessing's issue. Yes. So Joyce was on stage, and for the first time, Joyce was into some exaltational form of worship. And it was just touching. It just took everybody. Everybody was just surprised at Joyce Blessing's performance. It was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. Until the prophecy stuff came through. And then shortly, then we continued the program. Diana Entry Hamilton came to she just brought the fire and everything back on the platform. And it was an awesome program. Very awesome program.
Okay. Now the substantive matter. We saw you standing, holding the hands of Joyce Blessing. When she was into that moment, she was about to lift up a worship song, and then I saw you looking on your left. What did you see that you paused for a moment?
Well, like I said, I've always said this thing on that platform. It's a very different platform. I'm speaking in parable, so try and decode them. On that platform, it's a different environment, different platform, and different people. So you have to understand what happens there. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm sure the worship, how she was going, it became very emotional. We could feel the connection with the song she was singing. I don't know whether that's what precipitated the move for Cecilia to probably. We thought she was coming to even continue like with the worship, and it was just.
I was talking about you.
Yeah, I saw her coming.
Did you panic when you saw her coming? Because I saw that sharply. It was like you took one step back.
Not panic. I was very respectful of my reaction. Yeah. I wanted to be very responsible for my reaction. So, and that's how come I was very calm, and I held on to Joyce and was okay. Let's be calm. It will just pass by. When it passed by, we all move, so we don't create any impression to the rest of the world. Because at that point in time, everybody was watching. If I tell you that the thousands of calls received from US, you'll be amazed. Everybody was watching worldwide, and we couldn't have just allowed that minute stuff to mess up the whole event. And for me, I've always said I want to really commend Joyce Blessing. Yeah. It was like we're in the plane and the plane was about to crash. So we had to hold her.
She was very calm.
We had to hold her and say, stay safe, stay safe, stay safe.
And you held her throughout.
Yeah.
At a point, Cecilia was holding her whilst the prophecy was going on. Did she want to drag her along?
No, really, no.
Because I saw you holding her tight. You didn't want her to move.
I was holding her. I was holding her in comfort. And I was holding her not to also probably react because everybody was watching. Yeah. So I think she was giving her prophecy. She finished, and then there was nothing. There was nothing too strange about this one. There's nothing too strange about this one.
Now it's strange to us because this thing happened at the VGMAs, where two artists, namely Shatawale and Stoneboy, you saw the brawl that happened at that event, and there was protocols were breached. and somebody found his way onto the stage and we saw what we saw. What if it's packed up into something like that, thinking that everybody there is okay, is fine, and you are allowed?
Well, I think
was your protocol that tight at that time? I
think we should define the platforms very well. There are two different scenarios, two different events that we're talking about. This is a very this was about Thanksgiving, and all of them that were there were coming to say thank you to Jesus, or thank you to God. So when we talk about the protocols, it might look as if it was no. I understand where you're coming from. But like I've said, the company and the event organizers have also selected someone to substantively speak for them. So on that protocol issue, I'll not be in a position to talk about it. But like I said, it was a very spiritual grounds. It was a Thanksgiving service, and what happened. Like I said, that small part of it will not mar the entire event. The event was successful. We had a good time in the presence of the Lord. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what transpired, and we heard what we heard. I'll leave it to my panel over here to dig into the matter, and then we'll come back and pick up the next item on the bill.
But I think we should hear from Raymond.
You want us to start with Raymond? Raymond, since you are a guest, this man, I'll give him the last chance because the way he hit up for Peace FM.
To hear how Joyce is feeling before.
He's even sending mobile money.
Okay. Raymond, are you seriously part of the management team of Joyce Blessing?
Yes.
Current management team?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. So you were there. Were you there with Joyce in Kumasi?
I was supposed to have taken her, but unfortunately we had other engagements.
Okay.
So we decided, and then she went with a different team, and I stayed behind.
Okay. How was she contracted? Tell us how she was contracted.
Normal.
How she got there?
Joyce have a very good relationship with the organizers of the event.
Yeah.
She was on last year.
She's been on it.
So it was very straightforward, mutual understanding, and because it was Thanksgiving, we all felt the responsibility to play part. So we had to respond, and then she left.
Okay. Was she supposed to be paid for that event?
I can't disclose that here.
Oh, manager.
Yeah.
Oh, was it a?
It's a teamwork, but first of all,
church service or business.
First of all, I would want to greet your good listeners.
Okay.
And then also quickly just state that I'm here on my own and partially from the camp of Joyce. And also quickly say that at the moment, she's going through a lot. I can assure her fans that she's strong. You know, she's a strong woman. Yeah, so she's strong. We are still believing in God. But at the right time, we will respond. At the moment, we are not ready to respond to any question with regards to that incident, honestly speaking. So I quickly want to draw that line.
Were you, as management, were you disappointed to see that on the stage?
Okay, let me say that this thing happened over the weekend. It was a Saturday morning or Friday morning. We are the management, the team is yet to sit from Monday. We'll review the video, and then at the right time, we will come out. But I think that, Joyce is very strong.
No, I asked your personal opinion.
Yeah.
You watching from home, were you disappointed to see something like this happening?
Yeah, obviously.
For your artist's performance to be truncated by another artist?
No, it's not about my artist.
Yeah.
In a general context, I think that as professionals as we are, we've all been in this game for over decades. If one artist is on the platform and is not done performing, and another artist just
jumps on
it and take a microphone from the performing artist on the stage, I think it is something that everybody should
frown upon.
Okay. We should all discourage that attitude. It's not so professional.
Okay.
In a general context.
Okay.
But I don't want to speak to the issue at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this something that you want to try in court?
I don't want to speak to the issue at the moment.
Okay. We try to arrange for Joyce to come on the show.
That's why
later we were told that her lawyers say she should not speak.
That's why
I'm saying this here.
Okay.
Lawyer says you know. That's why I'm asking you. Are you ready to try it in court? Because I've heard lawyers matter.
Okay, so let me just say why I am here.
Okay.
I told you I'm here in my own capacity.
Yeah.
We saw flyers around.
Yeah.
But I had not been contacted. None of the management team not been contacted. But I know that those behind that flyers are industry people that are, let me just be straightforward, my own people.
Yeah.
But as a responsible team, we must do a follow-up and find out why such thing was done without any communication to the team. It's one of the reasons why I came, not in a bad state or not in a bad faith.
Okay.
It does happen sometimes. But as in whether lawyers will respond or pastors will respond or business people will respond or the team will respond, we just don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to go into it?
No.
Okay.
Not now.
I'll come to you, Kofi. Have you watched the video?
I have watched the video, and you see, for me, I have a fair idea of the two parties.
Yeah.
I'll start with Cecilia Marfo.
Yeah.
You know, we organized Celestial Praise.
Yes.
Our very first edition of Celestial Praise.
Yeah.
That was in 2009. Cecilia Marfo was on the bill. Then she was at her prime, if you remember, the Afunuba day. She came and ministered powerfully to an extent that a lady had her breakthrough through her ministration, you know, prophetically. And so I can say that I have seen that bit of her. You understand? Secondly, I have been to that event that happened, where this whole incident happened on 2 occasions. The Unity Oil Thanksgiving. I had to take my artist, Steve Crown, to there on 2 occasions. So I know very well how that platform is. So on one hand, I know a bit about Cecilia Marfo's ministration or ministry. On the other hand, I have been to that event a couple of times. However, I think that a spade is a spade and not a big spoon. It is very wrong to call a spade a big spoon. I think that where our people are misbehaving and are not allowing themselves to be disciplined, we should not sit and pretend that this is spiritual. It is absolute foolishness. It is not spiritual. And I will give you, if you read,
that's my friend talking.
If you read 1 Corinthians chapter 14, right from verse 30, I'm just going to jump from 32. He says that, I'm reading the Amplified Version. He said the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. The prophecy is under the speaker's control, and he can stop speaking. Verse 33, for God, who is the source of their prophesying, is not a God of confusion and disorder. This is where those who come and tell me that confusionist. Okay. It is absolute madness and stupidity.
No, hold on.
No, Frankie. Some of these things have to like I said, I have experience. I have experienced
please
ministry before.
Couch your words well.
No.
A lot of people are listening to us. Hold on. Kofi.
No, if the person is
listen, hold on.
You see, we will sit in this country. One day, this woman will just pick knife, kill someone in the name of prophecy. We saw what she did to Brother Sammy.
Kofi, that's why we are here. So calm down. But that's why we are here.
I'm down. I'm not up. I'm down. I'm sitting down.
So don't shout. Calm down. Take your time and speak.
I'm serious. I think that this madness, we are here and pastors are doing all sorts of things. And we don't even know whether they are pastors. Because I believe that every genuine man of God will do things biblically. This is what the Bible says. I just read the Amplified Version. You can read other versions.
But Kofi, how would you determine whether the spirit
of God is not a confusionist?
Which confusion did she cause?
Didn't you read?
No. I'm talking about what happened on the stage, not the Bible quotation. She everything came to a halt. I could only hear keyboard, she was prophesying. Was that confusion?
Cabra, you think that thing, what she did there?
Yeah.
You will feel comfortable and proud as a believer and say that this is God at work.
But everybody was quiet.
Come on.
They were ministers of God. I saw a
Look
priest.
at how we are being ridiculed today as gospel people. Look at how we are being ridiculed. Someone was just telling me that, hey, gospel for now saying the what did he also. I mean, what is this? What is this? Because one person who claims to be anointed or who has anointed has mismanaged her gifts.
Okay.
It's messing up. We should just allow her to mess up.
Okay.
No, I don't think
Okay,
it's
let me
wrong.
just calm him down. Yajibi Biabo, so first one, and then Oyere
That was a nice one.
You know, someone said something to
I hope
me.
he's calm now.
Someone said something to me. He said, what about there's confusion? There's
There's
confusion.
Yeah, I'll confuse the
Well,
enemies.
Yes, sir.
Nino, let me have your view on this.
I'm going to talk from three angles. I'm going to talk one as an event manager.
Yeah.
Two, I'll talk as an artist manager.
Yeah.
Before I'll come to the kingdom issues. So, like, one, let me talk as an artist manager. I don't know the contract that I know because of relationship. We sometimes try and use relationship to solve some of these issues, but I don't know, and I believe that most of my artist managers here have MOUs they sign with their people when they are entering into contracts.
Okay.
Raymond is here. I mean, when he was at Adom, he contracted Akese some number of times. We signed some MOUs. There's a clause in my MOUs that talks about security. It's very, very important. It talks about security. And even yesterday, I heard Celestine Donk on TV3 saying that anytime she's on stage,
Yeah.
the manager, is alert. Anybody who walks on stage that you are going to do anything, the manager goes there to, try and safeguard what is happening. Security is very important. It's an important issue that we need to start discussing, especially event security. 3 years ago, this happened. I mean, Obi is trying to play around.
Oh, we
the
understand.
thing.
You see the way he's come because it's his company.
Because it's his company.
So
he's trying to play around it. But we should-
You want to get back?
But we should open that chapter again.
Okay.
You see, I understand. They said it was a big stage. The artists were on one side. Where the instruments was on one side. Then this was also on one side. I mean, it's true. But you see, between the artists and the main stage where the cameras are set, there should be a form of security there. I'm sure there was a stage director that if it's getting to when the stage director tells Obi Nartey, the MC, that Cecilia Marfo is next. Joyce Blessing is next. He either hands over the mic to him or then he tells you that you have 10 minutes or so before you go on stage. I mean, Raymond is here. You have done events with Raymond. Before Akesi goes on stage, he directs you.
But Raymond,
We are going 20
but you
minutes,
said that you
30
didn't
minutes.
sign any contracts.
I said because of relationship.
Okay, let me just
I
come in
think-
on that
I-
one.
You say I'm not speaking for
I'm
the
coming.
company,
No,
so why are you speaking?
I'm speaking on the
Speak
contractual issue. I'm coming.
Obi Nartey,
No,
are you the one who
said-
contracted Joyce? You are the one who contracted
Obi
Joyce.
is part
I
of the
am.
team.
In fact, let me just say that everything about this, the artists coming there,
Yeah.
it's on me.
Oh, you did.
Yes, so I'm coming.
Okay.
We've been doing this with them. So it's like a relationship they have with the company. So it's not about the money.
Yeah.
It's not about money. It's not
No,
monetary.
we are saying that. Did you let them sign any
So
contractual
like I'm saying,
agreement
it's like,
between
it's
you?
like
The
it's
man
like
is talking,
You're
so
my
allow
friend.
him to land.
You're my friend, and I'm inviting you to my program.
Yeah.
It's a paid for program. Will you pay to enter?
No,
Absolutely.
no.
So I'm just telling, it's a relationship we have
Yeah.
with these artists. So
Yeah.
it's not about money.
Perfect.
Sometimes
Perfect.
even
I
when
still
we don't
have
give them money. Yeah,
Perfect.
so that's-
But I'm saying that going forward, you need to look at some of these things. That's from my artist management point of view.
I think Obi, you should look at it.
Yes, going
Even if
forward.
it's a free event.
And my event management
Yeah.
point of view, like I say,
Yeah.
there's a stage director, and I heard Precious was the stage director. I stand to be corrected, but there should be a stage director. The stage director should be the one in between where the artists are sitting to where the cameras are on, because that I was watching till I fell asleep. When I woke up, it was Diana that was on
I knew you
stage.
were asleep.
Yeah. So when I woke up, it was Diana that was on stage. Then later on, I saw the thing on Facebook. I shiver off.
Okay.
But so I think that we need to understand some of these things. We need to take them serious.
Okay.
Start discussing event security. Start discussing event protocols. Last week on this station, I heard this the lady who died from the dancing thing on stage also. It was also event production, event security, all of these things. We need to start opening that chapter here in this country. So that's event manager and artist. For kingdom issues, my brother, my sister, to me, I don't know which kind of spirit enters Cecilia.
What do you mean we can't spirit?
I don't know.
Is she possessing any other spirit apart from the
she
spirit
said the
of
spirit
God?
of God entered. I can't
Eh,
tell
she
you.
says it's the spirit of God.
And I
And
said,
you are
me,
saying you don't know which kind of spirit.
Me, I don't know which kind of spirit. He said
But
the
she's giving the name of the spirit.
No, fine. She's giving, and I'm also giving my opinion.
Okay.
I don't know which kind of spirit enters Cecilia, but I think that first of all, in everywhere there's spiritual protocol. You need to understand spiritual protocol. When you are in a church, Frankie, and your pastor gives you the mic, for instance, that pray with the church. If you see something, for instance, that a member is going to die, you don't say it in the mic. I'm sure. You probably wait for your pastor to get a confirmation, or when you finish the church, you go and talk to your pastor about it to look for a way to. It's spiritual protocol. It's wisdom. Using wisdom to solve issues. So in every issue like this, there's a form of wisdom and knowledge.
Okay.
You see, I've watched a longer video that even shows me that someone spoke into the ears of Cecilia Marfo. Then she spoke up. I've watched a longer video. Then she woke up. Then she stood up. I mean, these are a lot of things. And if you have watched another longer video, that after that he went to your boss to go and say they are to continue the prophecy. That's what happened, right? Okay. So you need to. But to me, I think that she should have used lots of wisdom. It's very, 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 very uncalled for.
Okay, we've had people like Ohima Mercy who have used the same words. Celestine Donko. We played earlier on the show that she should apply wisdom. What are you people trying to imply?
What you are trying to imply is that I just said it.
That the woman is not wise.
I never said that.
The Bible says wisdom is the principal thing.
Seek it.
Okay. I'll come to questionnaires shortly. But before that, this is music by Kobe Sam. He says God Day. Expressing her view right here on this topic. Guess who we have here? Empress Gifty. Good evening to you.
Good evening, fine.
How are you doing, Empress?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fabulous. I'm great. I mean, it's been a while. We haven't heard you on this show for a very long time. Have you watched the video of your fellow gospel artist, Joyce Blessing, supposedly being humiliated on stage in Kumasi? Have you watched it?
Yes, I've watched it.
Okay, so your people have expressed some views. How did they come to you, and what do you say about it?
Okay, let me greet your great men there. God bless them all. One, what